Hi, my name is Christina Pier, and I'm singing the role of Senta in Wagner's Der fliegende Holländer. Sinking my teeth into a Wagner role has always been on my bucket list, so I was thrilled when this was proposed a couple years ago. This is one of my favorite companies, mostly because of the people that are here. Certainly Russell Allen and Maestro Turner and Shelby Rhodes, who's the coach. I mean, there's just, I'm sure I'm leaving out a ton of people, but everybody from the costume shop to the wig and makeup department, it feels like a family here. And to get to sing at a place where you're familiar with all of those people and they know you is really a beautiful thing and a wonderful thing. There's a level of comfort. There's a level of comfort in rehearsals, and certainly at donor events when we get to see all of the wonderful people that are kind of the heartbeat to the company, and we get to reunite with them. It's wonderful. From a soprano's perspective, this role is not Brunhilde, so it is not quite that dramatic of a sing, if you will. However, once she is on stage, she's on stage pretty much for the entirety of the opera without a break, and so that feels quite epic. And sustaining the tessitura, which sits right, it sits right in the high part of the voice almost all night, and so figuring out that and a way to not be too tired throughout the evening has certainly been a little bit more like training for a marathon as opposed for a sprint. Francesca Zambella is a legend in this business, and I personally have never had the opportunity to work with her, but I have heard so much about her productions and seen her productions before. And it's really interesting. A lot of my family members, my dad is a big opera buff, and he has seen this production at least once, if not more. So he was, telling me all about it and about the ropes and the just the whole concept. It's just so beautifully done, and there is not 1 second that has not been thought out. Every motivation for the character, she has given such breath to each character and to each motivation in a really beautiful way. And Sarah Woodser, who's our director, who is taking this production on to other cities for Francesca Zambella, has just done a beautiful job. She uses the word humanity a lot in each production and or in each rehearsal. And it is just that every character and the parts of every character really shine through the music and through the storyline. They've just done a beautiful job with this story. I think Senta's just like every young girl who has a crush on some icon, be it a pop star, a movie star, or maybe somebody from school that she knows, and it's the constant daydreaming about him. And what sets Senta aside from the other girls is in this production the way that it's done is brilliant. It's all of the girls are dressed the same. They all work at the same place. They've all grown up together, and so there is this sense of similarity between all of the girls. And Senta's the one that bends the rules a little bit. She knows who she is, and she knows maybe that she's a little bit different than the others, and that doesn't play out for her until later. But you see very early on in the opera that she is set in her convictions throughout the whole entire piece. And that makes her different in the beginning. It makes her different from the other girls. It makes her a bit of a dreamer. And it makes her relationship with Eric fairly complicated at times. The music is just so beautiful that it's so easy to just get swept away. And certainly the storyline and the other characters, when we're in the rehearsal process, it's very easy to just get lost in all of that, to stop thinking technically and just trust the technique and just go for it. So it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. There is a whole stigma attached, I think, with Wagner, right? Everybody knows, Brunhilde with the horns and the breastplate and the Bugs Bunny, and that we've all grown up with, and all of the jokes that go along with singing Wagner. That what's the key to singing a Wagner role? Comfortable shoes. It's all of those things, because most of them are 4 or 5 hours long. They're very epic and very long. And intense, and their themes. And this piece does have components of that, but this was written very early on in his career. It's much shorter in length, and from the downbeat of the orchestra, you hear the storm and the waves, and you hear all of the elements, and it just will absolutely captivate and enthrall the audience members until the curtain goes up.